That is the weirdest throw I've ever received.
It's not a
Thank
thing.
you very much.
Stop trying to make it a thing.
Syman Gaming are going to win this best of 3. I think that they, from what we've seen from them from the minor to now, and what we've seen in this series, and the way AVANGAR have been performing, and their inconsistency on Dust 2, for me, Syman Gaming are going to win. I think all the pressure is on AVANGAR now, and they are at the cusp of depression. Neelan with 2 flashbangs and a defuse to get the rest of Kevlar here for Syman. Adren has got a lot to show us on Dust 2, and he's in the lower tunnel.
Yes, he is. And Torek, he looks over. He tries to get as much information as he can, and also keep his head. Sometimes difficult in Counter-Strike. It's like we'll have AVANGAR really keeping things very relaxed. Adren going all the way back around from tunnels to T-spawn. So it looks like they're going to go for an A split, I would imagine, with that rotation. And AVANGAR really making Syman Gaming sweat. There's that smoke we talk about in the door, jammed in the door. And oh my god, 2 quick headshots make that 3. And Catwalk has been shut down. AVANGAR, what do you got? They got absolutely nothing. Oh no, the triple P, James!
That was amazing. It always reminds me of Vox, actually. I remember this one game where Vox had a triple peak from short and CT spawn to long, which was just very memorable to me, so it always reminds me of that. Fond memories!
Just like getting mobbed like that is just humorous to me. Seeing 3 people come in, it's just like so unfair. It feels really unfair.
Nice!
That's a great start though, I'd love to see that. I mean, the other thing too is that, you know, you have to imagine that AVANGAR are pretty predictable in how they play Dust 2. I'm wondering if they haven't made any adjustments since the NRG Dust 2 that we saw, which was so flat.
Oh, back you go. I think no. Torek will fall back a little. He did get his bell rung, and there'll be a follow-up. Buster with 2, actually. The MP9 player is taken out. That's a fair bit. I think AVANGAR have to be happy with that. They're coming into the buy for this round. They just took out 2 players, which is almost $10,000 worth of damage. Yep. Would have been more if they had rifles, but it's still good. Costing them $1,000 of armor, especially early. It's a lot of money.
So this is a really big opportunity. This is like a very important round for AVANGAR to win because there's no AWP in Syman Gaming's hands, and they should understand that that's impossible based on the economy. So one thing they could do is run down Suicide with James covering, and that'll allow you really fast timing. They go for the fast timing towards long instead, and Keycut's in pit straight away. Neelan, does he realize? I don't know that he saw Keycut. Did Keycut see him? I don't... Yeah, it looks like he did. Oh, wow! Neelan somehow pulls out a headshot before he goes down. You got to respect it. And speaking of which, James takes down Torek, who looked towards Catwalk, went aggressive. And now they're in a really, really bad spot, Syman Gaming.
I think Keycut must have appeared on the radar. We saw 2/3 of his head on our POV. Buster needs to be careful. He's carrying the bomb at the moment. Ramzek's on the short position. You can see on the radar he's close enough to hear that there's at least 2 people towards long, and they know one is in the pit as well. So I would like to see some risk-taking from Perfecto, who's waiting on the B bomb site. I feel like Ramzek must have enough audio cues on long. Although there's still time for AVANGAR to rotate, but in a 3v4 situation, maybe you want to take that gamble.
Do they think they cleared car? Because they threw the Molotov. James looked there. Keel seemed to have avoided it. Okay, they're still looking. Are they still checking this? Oh, okay. I thought that could have been really bad if they thought that Molotov cleared car.
Yeah, I think we needed more proactiveness in this round from Ramzek, but it's not over just yet. I don't think he spotted a second play going towards the side. His crosshairs almost getting him. But now Perfecto is alone. 25 seconds on the clock, trying to buy time with the Molotov, but it won't quite land in the right place. Flashbang, but now he's in a tight spot. You can see Keycut rotating. And James will finish off the job. AVANGAR strike back in the first buy round. James delivering the final shot with the AWP. On the scoreboard early. That's pretty good for AVANGAR. Again, very inconsistent in their performances on Dust 2. I think against a weaker team, if you will, they should perform better. But I've lost faith, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so Syman Gaming will go for a full save, more or less. Couple of deagles. Okay, never mind. We'll see some Kevlar's board as well. We went through this yesterday. This is an extremely difficult map against a decent T side to get any value out of any kind of a buy on the. That's not a full buy. You really need the AWPs, you really need the utility, you really, really need the rifles. So we'll see Syman Gaming gathering around Catwalk to get some damage. The mob comes in and Adren, beautiful, clean kills to save James on 3 HP.
That's the Adren you need.
Yeah.
Again, as we said for the likes of Torek in the previous game, never too late to show up, and the same can be said for Adren. The last map now, if you can deliver in this one, then it won't matter so much. This is such a huge opportunity for both these teams, but only one can move forward. 2-2, Syman Gaming pulling out the big guns once again. Ramzik with the AWP. So, if AVANGAR are to win this, surely Adren's going to have to be key. I'm going to pick him for GoTV. Been disappointing so far, but maybe he can turn it around now.
So the long take, it's not going to be coming in this round from AVANGAR. Again, that's one of the things that we really needed to see from them a lot more against NRG. So I'm going to be looking to see if they've made those adjustments, because they basically never did it. They did it one round. It's actually interesting because they did it one round against NRG, and that's one of the very few rounds they won on their T side. They kind of bashed their head against the wall for a while, trying to force defaults and set pieces to work towards Catwalk, towards A. And NRG are really good at defending against it. Syman Gaming not looking quite as solid as NRG just yet, of course, and so there are lots of opportunities here for AVANGAR. They've managed to gain Catwalk control, as they love to do, and the issue with Syman Gaming right now is that they have absolutely no utility. So AVANGAR gets to run a set piece, and Syman Gaming will not have too much to deny it. So we'll see if AVANGAR will be successful here. One of the key players for Syman Gaming is Neelan at the Goose position. There's 3 Molotovs though, so there should be a Molotov for his position that should deal with him nicely. And also Ramzik.
Setting up for the Molotovs, Ramzik's going to be in trouble. How much support does he have? He can wait for Neelan. There's a bit of a low ground though. Oh, he's just about missed it. That is crucial. That gives a T's position, and they'll trade for the second frag as well on the A-bomb site. Torek still has possession of the long position. Perfecto asking questions of the smoke, and Adren walks to his doom. Man advantage for Syman on a retake. Can they get to short though, or do they commit to the CT position? Again, it's always a lot more difficult if you only have the low ground. But they have a man advantage.
Good read from Perfected to realize that there might be a T trying to block in the smoke. Muscle will take the engagement there. Kika with a flank, and all of a sudden it's all down to Kios. Gets the kill. Does he go to stick it? He doesn't have a kit. If he had a kit, he might be able to do that. Kika can't know it. He has to run through. He has to run through. He can't know if he has a kit or not. And Kios, he doesn't have time. That is so unfortunate. He can at least steal away the AWP and make it as expensive as possible, but it's rough when you don't have a kit. It's always a sad one.
It is indeed. That damage was done at the very least. So we'll see what they can do with that. I'm just looking up the previous matches. Where's the bloody thing? I'll come back to it.
So it's a good spot for AVANGAR to be in. They've really got Syman Gaming against the ropes.
I think it was against NRG. They kept giving AVANGAR short for free, but they weren't able to convert. So I do wonder if Syman Gaming were watching that on that Dust 2, and they'll try to do a similar thing. AVANGAR with the 1-round lead for the moment. Kiel's tagged through the door. He picks up some Kevlar in this round. It's pretty hard to be effective on CT Eco on Dust 2. However, with an AWP in tow, who knows? Once again, Adren just like on Inferno. He's kind of lurking this time in the lower tunnel area. And that is how you throw a Molotov behind the door to take some CT angles away.
Short is often a problem when the CTs have a mostly pistol buy, as it's one of the positions with closer ranges. It's also one of the positions with best rotation times. So it's something you have to watch out for. And you can see the B play will come in from AVANGAR, and that should be an easy way to win this round. There's only Kios there, who's on 12 HP already, so yeah, that's Adren throwing that nade, which allows players to jump up to catwalk, but they know that that's going to be fake. But again, it doesn't really matter because Kios has no chance to hold that, and the rest of Syman Gaming is stuck behind the door. So Needham will jump through, but that's a good effort. Oh, it actually works out. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is what it is. Only one kill. Kika. Oh, he actually cheeky smile there. Normally he's a stone cold killer. Then he smiles when he shoots his teammates. That's even more perverse. Ramzik holding onto the AWP, moving towards a long position. He's got Torek as an early warning system with the P250. In a position where there's a fair chance he gets a kill. If Adren tries to find this AWP towards long, then Torek's got a cheeky spot. Maybe some sound cues to be heard, but Adren won't go too far. There isn't much money for AVANGAR either for some of these players. So they'll hold on to it. You know what I don't like about the footballs is, it's one thing if you run into the football and it just bounces away, but if you walk into the football, it does the same thing and still gives sound cues. So at least they're not in offensive positions, the footballs, but I do think that it shouldn't give sound cues away if you walk into it. Just like the chicken shouldn't block a door when Rops is trying to open a door on Inferno.
Maybe it should, James. Have you ever thought about that?
Perhaps it should, yeah.
Maybe it should. Well, AVANGAR doing a good job to have a solid start here against Syman Gaming. And again, their T side, if they get it rolling, it is going to be scary. Syman Gaming, I think we need to see Ramzik get a bit aggressive with that AWP, or at least somebody going down into that's the lower tunnel position, trying to cause problems. This is one of the things that NRG really was so good at doing, to throw AVANGAR off of their game plan. But again, perhaps AVANGAR have made some adjustments since that match. I think that match was very educational for them if they reviewed the demo.
152, goodbye.
Ouch.
Headshot no less. Must have seen something. 1 minute 52, one of the deadliest times on Dust 2. Lots of communication. Kika taking a bullet, but he's still alive, limping away from the long doors. Keel's alone towards the B bomb site. Syman looking to hold on to A if they can. Molotov towards a short position as AVANGAR look to establish control. Another Molotov towards short. That one will spread behind the stairs. Ramzik looks for people coming or going to the lower tunnel area. There's a jump pass, a tag, well no, a shot but no tag actually, excuse me. And again, that's an angle James likes to post up on. Looking for CTs, going from left to right. While he holds that angle, AVANGAR will have a 4-man push with the B bomb site it seems, so he will look to cut off the rotation, smoke towards CT, flashbang, but here comes the push.
Ooh, not quite enough damage there from Kios. It's going to be difficult to deal with here for Syman Gaming. Need at least 2 kills there. I don't know that they want to go for this. There's so much money in their hands at the moment. The B-bomb site's lost. They have actually an incendiary remaining, which can go into some of the close positions under the window, perhaps, which makes life a lot easier. But it's still extremely difficult. So they will intelligently back away. They don't have to throw it all on the line right now. It's still early days in this half. Although it's starting to shape up pretty well for AVANGAR. Oh no, that sucks for Nealon. At least Ramzik can take down James. That's actually pretty expensive. I don't think they'll recover the AWP there. You can see Ramzik's looking for it. It is actually accessible to Buster due to the bomb explosion, but he will not be interested. 5-2, AVANGAR with another round.
Some more success for AVANGAR early. Jumping through the smoke, maybe ill-advised. Perhaps staying in the smoke would lead to more success making your way towards the B-bomb site. Five to 2 in favor of AVANGAR. Syman are on the buy once again, and they've got good grenades. Nothing crazy happening. Flash top mid as the players make their way towards the lower tunnel. Like the grenade detail on the minimap is really nice. Makes our jobs a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
And it gives us a better idea as to what is going on around the map, which is also good. and is why it makes our jobs easier. So a takeoff short. Nothing untoward happening at the moment. There's a Molotov behind the long door, as you can see from Sanji. And Ramzig's creeping for a peek. So again, that map detail, really helpful. AVANGAR clearing short, showing presence towards long doors earlier on. Now they've shown presence towards B. They've got that lurk smoke in, so they're trying to keep it concealed as to what their intentions are. The smoke on short suggests the setup to execute into the A bomb site, and Neelan's moving forward. So if AVANGAR are slow to go for this B push, I do wonder what the CTs from A might do.
CT smokes back to the tunnels. A 4-1 split. You never know how many are coming from where for the CT side. Oh, the flashbang works out really well. The pick as well from Keycut is good. The transfer not quite as good for Keels. And Syman Gaming forced to save again. It is Save Simulator 2019 here on the likes of Dust 2 for Syman Gaming.
I do feel like on some CT rounds, Syman Gaming aren't... I mean, sometimes they've been proactive when they've seen certain behaviors, like on Mirage in B apartments, but on the other hand, I think with some of the evidence provided, sometimes the rotations don't come in fast enough, like on Inferno when they had information top mid. They still just stayed with 3 people towards the A bomb site at a time where I think other teams might send that rotation in. So I do wonder if that's going to cause them problems on Dust 2, if they're going to be a little slow to be active at a crucial time in a round. If they're only reactive, they're going to have problems. But being proactive comes with its own risks. 6-2 in favor of AVANGAR, and those CT rounds were the pistol, so it's basically a 6-0 from the buy round.
Yeah, definitely. Rounds have not been going the way of Syman Gaming, and honestly, yeah, I don't think we've really even seen many close situations. Alright, so it continues, and Shane will make his way very quickly towards Catwalk with that AWP. He's looking, oh, he's going to nail this, isn't he? Of course he is. James takes down Ramzig. That is so disappointing for Syman Gaming. Of course, the AWP is one way in which you can take an advantage. Neelan will take the AWP back.
He actually raised his crosshair to shoot him in the face. Yeah. I guess to make sure he didn't leg him, but the fact he shot him in the face, it just makes it extra. Just makes it extra. So now we have the proactive Syman Gaming. After losing an initial play, they tie the score and clear B apartments. Will this speed up AVANGAR towards the A bomb site? They're pushing short and long at the same time. Neelan's been dropped on long, and there's no... He had to get one at least, Torek, there, but he won't. And that puts the CTs in a horrible situation. James missing a crucial shot, and he's got to pick up the bomb and rotate it now. He'll swap positions with his teammate. There are no smokes for a cross, apart from the ones that are on now, and they may last long enough for the bomb to cross, and it looks like they will. Perfecto now the last man on the short position. He's got a Molotov. 2 of these 3 players are heavily tagged. The Dren trying to slow him down. Molly would have been brutal if he'd got it, so that's a good play from a Dren. Just stopping Perfecto from delaying that bomb plant. Now things become a lot more difficult. He's being flanked as well. Knife is out, and he's got to be careful, but can't expect Sanji to be in that spot. 7-2 for AVANGAR, basically 7-0, 7 rounds in a row.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit out of hand at this point. Just a little bit. AVANGAR. Just got to keep on keeping on, and James has been causing some problems with the AWP of his. Some pretty big impact kills going his way, and we get a tactical pause for Syman Gaming to figure out how they can mix things up. But again, this is the problem with Dust 2. On the CT side of Dust 2, taking initiative is extremely difficult. It's one of the most difficult maps to do so. You're very limited on your options because the options come at enormous risks, and it's in part because the rotation times for the CT side is really punishing. Not just because the rotations are very long, but they're also in very open spaces, so you're very exposed when you are forced to go for them. 152. No luck this time for James. But he's got so much dominance of this mid position, he can just move around freely. Syman Gaming want nothing to do with it. And that's another huge win for AVANGAR, because that's going to give them any setup that they want. And if they're playing comfortably within their playbook, we're going to keep seeing them win rounds, I feel.
I wrote off AVANGAR for Dust 2, but it seems they are playing the right opponents. Again, Syman, they're notable for their T side, especially on Dust 2, but they've basically achieved nothing on their CT side so far. And having the pistol and an anti-eco/force buy is not going to be enough moving into half-time, so they need to find a way to pick up some rounds, to get some rounds in this half. And even if they win a round, look how much money AVANGAR have. The pressure is going to be immense. Every buy Syman have is with an inch of their economy, so there's just so many problems for them, and this is the worst map to have those problems. Well, he might have left click, but he right clicked and moves back to the platform position, although he seems to be in two minds now. With his teammates in the lower area, he'll move closer to support Ramzik, but still, they have got nothing yet. 5 versus 5 as the bomb gets planted on A.
Yeah, so at least there is the 5v5, but the problem is that the 3 CTs are coming from CT spawn and not Catwalk, but it looks like it might actually work out, but Adrenaline will spring on Neelan, but the trades are really going in favor of Syman Gaming. Buster needs something off that spray now. Keycode. It's a short one. How does he do this? Does he go for the first player? Yes, he does. He hides it. Orb collected. I mean, I guess there's really not much you can do there regardless, but you can see how difficult this would have been. There's no kits for Syman Gaming. Had there been even a bit more fights from AVANGAR, this would likely have been another round in their way. So, big pickup for Syman Gaming, as you say, James. The first, effectively, for them in the buys.
Yep. Their first round one, first relevant round one, and AVANGAR go for a pause immediately. No momentum to be had for Syman. And again, there's loads of money for AVANGAR, so it's good that that Syman have survived with that many players alive. If they get in a situation where they have like 1 or 2 people, they'd have a terrible buy in this round, and AVANGAR are going to have no issues buying, so they will have all the advantages.
Yeah, it's a case of finding consistency now, and that was a retake. AVANGAR pick up the bomb site, and again, I think it's in part due to the fact that Syman Gaming had 3 players running through CT, and it's first, kind of unusual. You're expecting more players to be Catwalk, and there was 0 from Catwalk, and AVANGAR just were a little bit too slow to realize in time. Otherwise, they would have been able to punish it effectively enough. Anyway, Keycut not moving at the moment. He's talking though. Hopefully everything's cool. Looks like everything is cool. James again, free reign on middle. Catwalk push coming in perhaps from Torek, or is it just a setup? Looks like a defensive setup, not a push. Not yet at least. James looking for that pick that he had previously. Syman Gaming really making him work for it. Ramzik playing quite deep. Or quite far back, I should say. Ooh. Oh, nice timing on that one.
Beautiful timing. Considering the smoke grenades, actually got a better angle without it, but being flashed off the angle again. Oh, you've got to be careful. Through the corner of the wall. Fortunate to have 16. Actually, that might have been a clean leg. It was pretty low.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, but they have position on the short, Syman. So what is the plan B for AVANGAR? They're wondering about the long position. There's no one there to challenge. 45 seconds on the clock. How far does Buster go? He's got some grenades to show presence towards short. Some more flashes for the angle. And if he can stay alive on short, then Syman may have to drop into CT, and then the retake's going to be really weird.
Oh, that's failed. Molotov was certainly supposed to go towards Catwalk. Neelan's in this position. It's quite dangerous. Torek going for the spray. The trade comes out. Neelan find the smoke again. Very dangerous position. They know that he's there now. They see the tracers. He gets it with the last bullet. Can you believe it? James, he's got nothing he can do now at this point.
Just traps between short and long. Somehow able to win the round though. But Syman seems to be taken by surprise in a situation like that. Just waiting, but they've got another round. They've got another round. That was a big test for them to survive, and they're starting to creep up now. Building a little money to give them a chance at fighting future rounds should they lose. But again, that timing, Ramzik just perfect with the AWP. And his crosshair set up in the right place. And the lead is reduced to 3. And again, we're in a similar situation where AVANGAR are threatening to lose all their cash which would allow Syman back into the game, theoretically speaking. AVANGAR, they've got to aim for 10 rounds here.
Yeah. Ramzik is repositioned, looking to catch out a Intrepid Explorer. Oh, sneaky stuff. You can see the legs there. That's a beautiful shot there. Great play from Ramzik. He's happy with that one. It will fall back towards the car position. AVANGAR down a man. It's a smoke now on Catwalk from Syman Gaming.
Absolutely baited.
AVANGAR have their default setup. They got Catwalk. Now the question is, where next? They go A quite reliably. And maybe this is another one of those rounds. They have Buster in the tunnels for a lurk. That's all they got to work with for now. Looks like they'll make their way back here. James looking down. Neelan, though, he's in a position to absolutely annihilate this. Neil annihilates James without issue. Trent will take down Kios in CT spawn, but there's 30 seconds to go, and now it's just on Buster and Keycut. They have the bomb, they're rushing in towards the B bomb side, of which is under control from Buster with that pick, and there's a molly to deny entrance. And they may just still be in for a chance here on this one. It's not going to be a good chance, but there's a chance. Ooh. My God, Buster landing that shot. That chance just got a lot better.
That's a huge frag, considering he's got 7 HP and Torrent's in an awkward angle, but he will just about win the duel. 1 versus 2, Keycut through the window. Of course, it's Keycut left, 100 HP. Picks up the AWP, doesn't know how low Torrent is, of course. Now, does he just walk into the angle? He runs past it, still alive. Going for it again, and there's a flick from Keycut. Such a huge round. AVANGAR looked close to losing that one, and with no bomb plant, that would have been brutal, but they survive. And again, Keycut with the impact frags.
Buster with the impact frags. Buster absolutely tore that round apart. He opened things up. I mean, it was a 3v5. A 3v5. Buster, though, he wins the battle against Perfecto. Look at Perfecto. He is really annoyed with that. And with that round, with that pick, Buster gains access. He's got no HP, still gets additional picks, holds it down. Crazy, that should not have been the case. But it is, and that's 8-4 now for AVANGAR. And not just 8-4, the money for Syman Gaming kind of sucks, and they're going for an aggression. Ramzik changing his position again. Buster. Oh, he spots an elbow, Ramzik. And he is a fan of elbows.
And BM sprays. Gimmick smoke is up. Speaking of gimmick smokes, after that entry, if you will, or the opening kill rather, on long, sucks for Syman to lose the round in such a fashion, but they've got another 5 versus 4. Can they convert this one? Trent with a molly on the low ground, trying to speed towards the A-bomb site. Will they be ready for the goose position? Neelan will be separated from his teammate. Kios takes the first aggression. Keycut stuck by Gandalf, separated from Sanji, who's holding angles at the moment. But they need to get to the bomb plant. This is buying time for the GTs to rotate. The bomb site, can't find ahead of Sanji Neelan, but Keel's there to trade after trade, and it's Keycut versus 2. Going for the fake, stuck behind the smoke, HE's flying his way. Could get a 1v1 with Torek though, just about spots him. That box not as big as it used to be. Torek now will jump up behind that smoke, and Ramzik will finish off the job. Much needed round for Syman.
Yeah, great AWP work in that round from Ramzik, picking up 3, and AVANGAR have figured out that Syman Gaming has some fight in them yet.
You could, on Old Dust 2, you could put a smoke on the corner of the platform and hide behind the box that was there, and you'd have a one-way smoke down long. But it no longer works with the new box, and you are more exposed. It's about half the width of that it used to be. There we go. Syman have finally affected the money of AVANGAR. The Scout is out. Buster with the MAC-10. We have 2 helmets on the T side. So, again, who knows? If Syman had converted the round prior, then maybe they could have gone for the 8-7 scoreline, but it will be 7-8 at best. But still, it's looked so bad for them in this half so far. And again, for me, their T side is a notable side on Dust 2 especially. So maybe they're doing enough.
There's a really good problem here because Syman Gaming have given up the entire map. They have no idea that any kind of a play could be coming because they've got no information, and they've had no information for the whole round, and now they're so surprised that the B play comes in like that. Oh my God, that's the problem. If you give up information, they can't retake this.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of rounds have been like this, where they've just been vulnerable. They've just been waiting for AVANGAR to impose their will.
They've respected AVANGAR's mid play way too much. And that's the result. That's really difficult to deal with if you have no presence anyway. You're just sitting 2-3 on the sides, twiddling your thumbs, and there's not all that much for you to do except just react. And when 4 players burst out, and it's good detail though from AVANGAR, because they didn't just run out. They put down the lurk smoke. So and the lurk smoke looks like a lurk smoke in that situation because Syman Gaming don't have info on mid. If Syman Gaming had a player around the double doors or a player around the catwalk, you know, some kind of an information, you know, some sort of information around the map, they could probably figure out that that's a bit suspicious, that smoke.
Last round of the first half. It will be a relief for Syman to finish this half. But can he do it with a 6th round and keep it somewhat close? Kika once again. There's been a lot of frustration for Perfecto and all of Syman really. But again, they've got plenty of gains to get on their CT sides. But it's all about winning the game. So that's all well and good for the future, but the now is so important for both these teams. Ramsey's going to see a lot of plays. Well, that's the bomb straight away. He can't really go back. He's seen the info. Perfecto will do what he can with the MP9. He's going to get wrecked immediately. More frustrations for him.
Yeah, no kidding. It's the last round of the first half, and Syman Gaming are in deep trouble, and there doesn't seem to be a way to clamber their way out of it. Neelan in the smoke again, waiting perhaps for Torek to make some kind of a move. Oh, cursory sprays, a few bullets just well placed in that smoke will deal with Neelan, and Torek in a 1 versus 4 with the bomb ticking away. He's looking to be in bad shape here, and gets himself a free one. Torek though, he's gonna have to push through tunnels, and they know where he is. The time choke point. It's got to go through this through so much, and that's going to be a wrap for that half. 10-5. AVANGAR look very good.
They find success again on their T side, but now it is Syman's turn. 5 rounds on the board, more than we might have expected, but is it enough? We'll find out soon enough.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the Berlin Major here by Starladder, and it's curtains for one of these two teams. One of these two teams could advance, though, and all the glory that would come from that would be incredible. It would mean so much to their organizations and all the work that they've put in, but it is Syman Gaming who are on the back foot out of the end of that first half, and AVANGAR are poised to win this one. They did what they needed to do on that terrace side, and now moving into the CT side, they're looking confident. Adren will start things off towards Catwalk. It's a great position for information on this pistol.
Having a look-see, may have spotted Torek there. Does he dare go for a jump peek? I suppose he could use the awning to go for a quick jump, but a quick jump might be enough for a headshot. Elbows spotted. Kills runs past the angle, he falls back a little. trying to abuse their numbers the T side. Everyone's collecting some damage. Sanji with a nice pop flash, and Syman will fall back. They've pulled the CTs towards the CT spawn area. There's only one on the site at the moment. They've got an opportunity, unbeknownst to them. One player moving through the long position as well. James surely going to go down soon. Only 1 HP, none HP now. They abandon a short position. So where do they choose to plant a bomb? They've got control of long for the time being, but there are CTs heading in that direction.
Yeah, the P250 in the hands of Ramzik. The USP is making their way forwards. Ramzik can't get it done. That's so critical. Now there might be a chance there for AVANGAR as they try to breach the following position where Perfecto will hold. Perfecto goes down, and that's not a good look. Kios now has so much to deal with. He's pretty clutch, but has he got enough in him for 3 quick kills? Absolutely not. Keycut takes him out, and AVANGAR pick up the defuse. However, Syman Gaming did get a plant, James, and that gives them the option to go for a nasty force buy.
They had a nasty force buy on the T side of Mirage with the Krieg. And we know they love themselves some Dust 2 T side, so we'll see what they choose to do if they have another plan as good as that one. Perfecto with a nightmare game in the first half, 3 for 11. And indeed, the Krieg is out. Sean Grills will be happy. The Krieg has been dropped, a scout's been purchased. It seems Torek will be the raid boss in that respect. Or will he? It's being juggled around. Okay, so Perfecto's picked it up, but with no Kevlar. So we've got Krieg, no Kevlar. Surely you want to give it to somebody else. Okay, they're still juggling the weapons around. Back to Torek. Seems a lot of debate as to who's actually going to hold it. Nobody wants the responsibility, it seems, but Torek will pick it up. There is a Galil for Kios as well. They're moving towards a long position. This can be heard by Dren. You can see he's so close, so that's going to pull the rotation. Dren's got the sound cues, and suddenly we've got 4 on the A-bomb sites. Look how close the corner of long is behind blue to the corner on short. So much info. However, you can see Syman spreading now. They want the information as well.
Yeah, it's important. Ramzik looking to punish any information plays with the scouts. Not quite an AWP, not quite the one-shot potential unless you connect with the head, which is quite challenging. So more of a normal setup here now for AVANGAR to gather information. Having Kiko by the door is really important. A pop flash here so that they can try to take down Kiko from Ramzik, potentially for them, for Nealon and Kios, but looks like they won't go towards the double doors. And that might be an issue because Kiko's got to spray all the bullets used. He has to go for the reload. It looks like he'll be safe to do so. Does have support from his teammates. Oh no, the timing from Adren is absolutely perfect. Oh! Perfecto with the deagle again. And now there are real issues here for the CT side. A 2v2 and the bomb is down.
Adren picks up the rifle upgrade. He's got a flashbang to make his entry. CT and short is where they're coming from. Syman don't know this just yet. There might be late information. Torek moving away from long towards that car area where he can help. There's a flash. Perfecto eats it, doesn't fire any bullets. The jump spot. Now he's got the information. Did he realize there's both players? That's big damage with the deagle. Can it be capitalized on? Perfecto's got to do everything here. Looking for a 4th kill with 4 HP. That won't happen. There's time to plot to defuse the bomb. Buster's got a kit. That was a close one from Syman. They're good with the 4 spies, but this time they're not good enough.
Well, that was pretty crazy because they did so much damage, didn't invest everything, which means now they have an opportunity to force buy and actually get AKs if they want. The fact they could go for a full buy, and we can see, you know, an AK dropped by a teammate. Are they going to go for the full commitment? We're still waiting to see. They've taken this tactical pause to work out how the buy is going to look, and indeed they're going to go for it. Who's going to sacrifice themselves to get the drop sit? It looks like we'll have 3 rifles, 2 Galils, and a Krieg, and a couple of Eagles. So looking pretty good here. Perfecto. If we saw it actually around on Inferno where he got a 4K with the Deagle, saved Syman Gaming. Doesn't get all the way this time, but it's close enough. This is a dangerous one for AVANGAR to deal with.
Beer goggles, come and go. 7-round lead for AVANGAR. Only 1 player surviving. Syman smell opportunity, and again, they've got a coordination for this. I believe in them. I believe in this. However, Facts are facts, and AVANGAR are much better prepared. That's a great start for them. Torek taken out, then the bomb lost as well. This is a catastrophe. Perfecto can turn things around, however, but he's got to be careful. Falls back. They can't collect the bomb just yet. AVANGAR will protect it with their lives. They have a crossfire, and Adren's gone for the flank. He's got to deliver the kill, though. He will eventually spot Perfecto in the lower tunnel, but he does not need to fight to the depth. It's a 4 versus 2, make it 1. Perfecto alone now. This could be the end of the line for Syman. The double force by trying to capitalize on potential, but they have not been able to exploit.
Yeah, and from this position again, you kind of want to keep the money together for the team, so trying to go for some damage, keep that pressure on is definitely, I think, a smart play that you can go for, and it does too, so there's actually a lot of ways you can do it, and so I would expect that we'll see him try to maneuver somewhere. At the moment, it looks like he's worried about players flanking. He doesn't seem to know where any of the CTs are, and it looks like maybe we could actually see a full save, so... Perfecto. There's been a lot of frustrating moments for him. I think specifically in that first half, towards that B-bomb site, he was definitely disappointed with his performances. And you can understand why. It's such an intense situation. They've been practicing, preparing for so very long to make it to this position, and one game against a team that they know that they can beat. It's all that separates between them and being new legends. But indeed, we get the save there from Perfecto, and the money's a bit weird from Syman Gaming, so I'd imagine that we'll see a half buy. What I would really like to see from them is what can often turn into a bomb plant on short. It's just like taking people towards catwalk, get a couple smokes, couple flashbangs, and go for that short plant. Could be quite dangerous considering there's a Krieg. Let's see if they go for it. They've got 3 smokes and a flashbang, so indeed, it's likely the play that we should see. One of the smokes can go on Xbox to get them across the catwalk. And you got some smokes to get onto the A-bomb side. James looks to ruin their day, though. If they have a plan, he wants to exploderize it, James.
I think Keels may have heard the scope. He thinks better of it. Falls away. No one in position to throw a flash. Only Neelan has a flash. He's out on long already. Torek has been exploded. He's been blown up into chunks.
Chunks of death.
Absolutely. Well then, this may be a disappointing one for Syman. They move towards long. Sanji doesn't have too much support just yet. Adren's holding down short, but James on the way.
This creep is a little bit dangerous, actually. It's a good defensive smoke dropped down by Sanji. He's got the incendiary as well, which will hold the push. Smoke down, though, to try to push past it. And look at that little channel there for Sanji. Surgical action with that MP9 and AVANGAR. They're 2 away now. This is beginning to look very scary. And this is it now. This round is everything for Syman Gaming. This is their first full buy. The first round where they get the AWP. The first round where they have full utility, where everybody has... Oh, okay, not everyone's going to have a rifle. Perfecto won't have a rifle unless there's one on the ground somewhere. I don't think that there is. All right, well, they almost got there.
There will be no challenge in long, but there'll be a lot of grenades. That's a lot of intel for the CT side. There'll be some tagging. That's some pretty good work from Adren. James holds down a short position in the meantime. Now, what is the second play for Syman? They've taken long. The bomb goes to join the players. Definitely don't want that lagging behind. James getting curious towards short. Kika could have a look. Oh, he's gone through middle doors. I think there's a flash from Buster. Now, will there be a flank? Look at the pilgrimage from Syman, and it really is. They are on a hope and a prayer at the moment. James holding the angle, but there's flames down. Syman not committing just yet, but this is all the position they have. There's a full rotation from AVANGAR. It's 5 versus 5 on the A-bomb side.
They've avoided most of the counter utility from the CTs as well by waiting, but they can't wait forever. James will take down Neelan as they start to make the move across towards that bomb site. They need the bomb down. Perfecto takes down 1. And it looks like they have better positions, and finally they've got the bomb plant, but they are down a man. And here come the CTs. Kika, where the hell did he come from? Torek now needs to defend everything by himself, and who else but Kika to finish it off. And AVANGAR, they move to match points.
Kika, a.k.a. David Copperfield, a.k.a. Houdini, a.k.a. other magicians. I can't think of that many. That was pretty epic. It just came out of nowhere. like Randy Orton. 10 rounds, 10 match points for AVANGAR. They have turned up on Dust 2 today, and Syman Gaming may not be able to show us anything on this T side whatsoever. Finally, all 5 have rifles and a bunch of grenades. No AWP though, but it will be the hardest way for Syman. 10 rounds, no errors. Any error will be fatal.
And Buster's picked up an AWP now as well, so an additional thing to worry about. They'll get towards Catwalk really quickly, but Adren's ready for it. He's got the incendiary to slow it down. They don't even have enough utility to really feel confident smoking that. They've got to wait it out, and with 3 smokes, again, you know, it's difficult. As soon as you throw those smokes, you're kind of committed to do something with them, because if you waste them, that's a huge disadvantage. Adren will be challenged, he'll fall off. He's going to play it safe. He's got the setup with James. James gets a fadeaway shot with the AWP. The punish comes out from Kios. Adren defending from the low ground, the headshot position taken by Kios. He's got to get the kill, and he will.
3 versus 3. Molotovs to delay the bomb plant, and the bomb is nowhere near the site. Torek is in a sandwich. What does Sanji do? 3 versus 2. He's waiting for something. That smoke will certainly help. He can try to look on our high ground though. There's some pre-fire. Torek's got to jump up though, and the bomb's been lost again by the doors. This, surely not like this. Perfecto's had a horrible experience in this game so far. 8 for 15 at the moment. See, the longer they wait, the less smoke there is. Now there's no smoke. And when he's down, he's committed. Angles being held by Buster. They waited out the smoke to their own doom. And there it is, through the wall. AVANGAR make it to the legend stage.
Congratulations to them. AVANGAR, they have had problems here and there. They had a really rough series against NRG. They looked a little bit deflated, but they managed to make it back all the way. And indeed, they will be through to the next stage. And commiserations, though, to Syman Gaming, who showed us immense improvements in their